Looky here. But the problem is, it's been so long since I put this in, I hate to admit it. This bar over here gets in the way. You may notice a couple of folks missing out of here.
They're hungry.
Always.
Yeah. Didn't care anything about it, wasn't concerned. So that's a major problem. I'm really hoping that things get better because it's really, really rough.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Have you ever had those days where you just kind of sit back and look and be like, I've got a lot of stuff I've been working on that I haven't got finished? Well, today is one of those days for us, and we're going to see if we can't get that taken care of. We're going to start off in the goat pen, and I'm going to adjust the little bar we put on top to keep them out of the feeders, because on one of them it's not just working out, and the other one we haven't ever put it on. So I think I've got a solution for that. And then we've got another project that we started a very long time ago. We had a few little hiccups with it. Some of it was just not wanting to have the expense. The other thing was time, because that is one thing that you can't get more of, is time, and a lot of times we run short on that. But we're going to see if we can't change that and get some stuff done, because, well, you'll understand a little more whenever we get to it. Okay, so like on this feeder, we never did get a top put on it, but I also realized, oh, that wind's terrible. Sorry if it's windy. On this one, I realized once I moved them closer to the fence where we could feed over the fence because they would try to knock us down inside, this bar over here gets in the way. So I think what I'm going to do is take this bar off and put it on the other one and just have them on one side, and I think that'll be enough to keep the animals out. At least we hope so.
Colton.
You're a noisy little guy.
He's supervising.
Okay, so it's this end. I was like, something's still attached.
It's not feeding.
Oh, okay, yeah, I forgot that I put one in the middle. Because I was like, that's just not coming off of there.
Yep. But yeah, I think that'll still let them get to everything, but we won't spill half the feed on the ground.
Yeah, I think with it being, this feeder kind of being an angle will help too.
Yeah.
Okay. I may need your help balancing that a little down there.
Okay.
Just to get this lined up. I'll put that one on next.
Oh, puppy. Johnny's over here, like, rubbing his head on the board.
Okay.
All right. This will at least make it a lot better.
Yeah. I just don't want to keep up with that screw all day.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, this should keep them from jumping in, but it should make it where this backside's open so we can dump the feed over the side of the fence. Mm-hmm. And part of this you see in here, the other day we put out some Redmond salt and minerals in here, so that's what you see still in here. The feed kind of sticks it. They eat what they want, and then whatever's left is not. It was just a small bag to give them a try, but they ate it right up, but evidently they got what they needed.
Yep.
Okay, so I guess we'll go ahead and put some feed on this, see how this works, and then we'll show you what else we got going.
They're hungry.
Always.
Yeah. Come on, guys. Let's see how this works.
Yeah. I'm just going to dump. Well, no. Probably should. Hang on, I'm going to turn this electric fence off.
Yeah, otherwise you might get a shocking
Yeah.
experience. Here they come, following. Yeah, Rose, he's going to feed you.
Y'all act like y'all haven't ate.
Oh. They're knocking me down.
Oh, yeah, that works a lot better.
Good.
Hey, I'm going to the other one too. Y'all don't all have to eat there. I just got there first. Before, it would always hit that backside and spill
Yeah.
out everywhere, and that went straight in. But yeah, y'all go over and eat. There's more over there. Tons of room too. You don't all have to eat at this one. Come on, hey. Go, go, go. They don't care. But yeah, I think that this is going to work out and should keep them still from climbing up in it, at least as much as they were. They could still get in if they want, but
Yeah.
it definitely makes it where we don't waste as much feed trying to dump it in.
That's the truth.
You may notice a couple of folks missing out of here, and we'll explain that a little bit more later, but one of them is Blizzard, so I'm not even going to worry with turning this back on right now because he was the only one we had to worry about climbing out. So
Yeah, he thought that it was more fun to run around.
yes, definitely. Okay, so for those of y'all who've been with us for a while, y'all know what this project right here was. And for the new ones, this is going to be our peacock enclosure. We were going to expand it later, do for chickens and stuff like that, but things happened and we just didn't get it done. Part of it was funds, and then it got cold and winter and we just ran out of time and didn't have time to do it, so it became a lower priority project. Well, we're fixing to get back to it, but the problem is it's been so long since I put this in, I hate to admit it, that I kind of forgot what all the measurements are, so we don't know what boards to buy. So we're fixing to get everything measured up. I'll probably just tell the measurements out loud. That way we can go back and review this to make our list of materials later. But this is going to be 3 enclosures. Like I said, it was going to be peacocks. We don't have as many peacocks as what we had before because we were going to have like 3 pairs and have a pair in each one. But we may do it now where we have, because we only have 2 actual pairs, and then we may have like a little grow out pen or something like that so that we have a place for them. Or we may turn this into like a chicken enclosure. I don't really know yet. I just know we're going to get started on it. The other problem I realized is over time, since we actually did not get this done when I thought, some of our boards or posts have warped. I think they're still where we could like pull them into place to get them where we need them, but it may not be completely square like it originally was going to be. But the way the design was supposed to go is it was going to be, this part was going to have like an open top with just like wire across the top and wire around the edges so they have good ventilation. And then here we're going to have a sloped roof going back, and this is going to be all enclosed with wood to give them shelter to get into and keep safe. And we'll probably enclose part of the front and just leave like an opening for them to get in and out, so it does block the wind for the most part. But this opens up to the south, so a south wind wouldn't necessarily be that bad for them, because if it's a cold north wind, then it'll keep them sheltered from that. And we'll probably end up doing the cedar boards we have that we bought last year all around for the wood, which that's what we used on the chicken palace, and it's worked out really well for that, so we'll probably continue that. But the way this is going to go is it will, like I said, that's going to be all wire, this will be all wood, and then we'll have metal that goes for the roof back here. That way they do have that shelter. At least that was the idea whenever we initially started. Once we start building, who knows, we may change that. But I think, if I remember right, these are 28 foot long.
That's what I want to say.
Because I think it's 10 foot and then 8 foot for the
Yeah.
actual house.
That's
I'm
what I
not
was
sure.
thinking.
And then with this being on a slope, that's the only other thing that we may have to worry about is we're up on a hill, so it stays pretty dry. But the water is going to try to run this way because it's downhill. So if it ends up where it's starting to fill that up or something, we may end up having to put metal across here to keep the rain from being as much. That way we don't have to worry about it. But I think it's still going to be okay. And then they'll have roost and stuff in there as well. So
Yeah.
that's what the plan is. We're going to get to measuring, and hopefully we'll be buying the lumber for this really soon and get started on this, because we've got a couple other projects that we need to do as well. They're probably actually about the same priority as this, because one of them is we're going to build a storage building, because right now we're having to pay for storage because we just don't have enough here. Whenever we sold the daycare property, we had some stuff in there we had to move out, and whenever I got to figuring up the price to build a storage building versus us having to pay, the sooner we get that done the better, because they're not the cheapest thing to rent right now. So
No.
let's get this thing measured. I'm going to have Kimberly's help for that, and then we'll see where we're going to go from there. We're fixing to get this measured up so we know what size boards we need to get. But another problem I ran into that I figured out after the fact was Some of these posts I put in the ground a little too deep, and so it's going to be where you'd hit our head on it. So I think what I may end up doing is doing like a header board. We'll use a laser level, get all these cut off to the same height with the shortest one, and probably put brackets on top to put the header board on top, and that should raise it if we need to, depending on how much we need to raise it, whether it's 3.5 inches, 5.5. We can use like a 2x4, 2x6s, 2x8s, whatever height we need to go to get it up. We can do that so that we don't hit our heads coming in here all the time, because that is no fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess let's measure across the front first. I think they're 10 foot wide.
I believe so.
Okay, yeah, 10 foot to the center of this, and so
Okay.
10 foot will work for those. Okay. And then let's go back this way.
All the way, or?
Just no, to that next post, and we'll go after that. So 10 foot would get us to the middle of that one, and then let's just make sure that's the same, and then okay, so this is where we're going to run into problems, is go to the middle of that post and let's see where that hits. Okay, 10 foot will still catch this. It'll be close because some of them are a little over 10 foot too, so we may still try that. Worst case, we'll have to get a 12 foot and then cut it off some, but let's go to the back one because I think that's 8 foot.
I've got it hooked.
Yeah, 8.
Okay.
So yeah, we can definitely do that. And so if they had 20 foot boards, that would actually work better, but we'd probably have to custom order those, because then we could actually tie more than one post together instead of having to break it every one, and that would give it more strength. But once we put the runners on and put the wire on, that should give it the strength it needs, because the wire will act as a brace as well. Mm-hmm. But what we'll do is we're going to run, I think what we plan on doing is just running this with the slope of the ground, and then our wire, instead of being strapped down, it'll be kind of angled, and we'll run it past here to get it straight, cut it off, run it at an angle where it runs along with the ground, so we don't have to worry about that. And then eventually we may put something to keep something from digging in. But so far on any of our other chicken stuff, we've not had to worry about anything digging in, because with Blizzard around and all that, he keeps stuff scared off pretty well.
Yes.
Not saying that it couldn't happen, but so far we've not lost any chickens or anything to something digging in. The worst case is when the wild dogs took them all out last year, and then, or was it last year or the year before?
It was last year.
Last year, and then the coyotes was getting the chickens from the back pen, that one coyote. But other than that, nothing has dug in, so I think we're not too worried about that. I know everybody has concerns for that, but like I said, so far we've not had issue. Not to say we won't, because we don't have like a lot of foxes or stuff like that around here.
What wire are you using on this? Is this the stuff we already have, or?
Yes, I'll just bring a roll over here. Okay. So this is the wire that we plan on use for. It's some people call it dog pin wire, but it's a 2-inch by 4-inch welded wire, and that should be strong enough that something can't just like grab a holt and rip through. Because we've used chicken wire stuff before, and that's where the coyote was getting stuff, is because the chicken wire is not strong enough that he was able to rip a hole in it to get stuff. But this will keep anything to that, or if an animal gets out and they get up against it, they're not just going to push right through it. So This is what we've been planning on using. We've been buying up a lot of this, but this is 5 foot wire. We've got some, it was at auction because it was cheap, because it's like the ends of rolls and stuff like that. There's like one roll I noticed has a defect, and like right in the middle, the horizontal wire is missing on it. But with this being 5 foot, we need to go up to 6 or a little higher. I plan on cutting that right down the middle and using J-hooks to attach it to this and flip it up to give it extra strength. So shouldn't be an issue with that. I didn't notice that till after we got it, but hey, that's the thing with auctions. Whenever you save money on something, you may have a few defects. So we're going to use that to get this done, and hopefully get this done really quick, because we need to. And plus, with everything that's going on coming up health-wise stuff, we don't really know what that, so we want to make it as easy as possible for somebody else to take care of things if they have to, because taking care of a farm is a lot of work. A lot of people don't realize how much work it is, but the daily stuff, I mean, it still takes quite a bit of time, and then when you have stuff like this, it takes a lot more time. And another thing, it takes a lot of money. So it's just a matter of doing what you can when you can. But we plan on using this. Well, like I said, we've been buying this up for a while, so we would have enough to do this, and we should have plenty for this project plus some others. So
So it should just be like the boards and things like that we need to buy, correct?
Correct. Yeah, 2x4s is the main thing, and then across the front, like I said, once we figure out the exact height we need to do, it may be like, I figure a 2x6 would be the most we'd have to do to catch it, because I'd give it an extra 5 inches, because it's not that much shorter than that. And then especially if I get the brackets that'll sit on top of the post to mount it to.
Oh yeah.
But I'll have to double them up so that they're thick to give them the extra support. So, because that's the thing, because these are also 10 foot wide, so it's not like it'll be individual boards on that too. That nothing's going to be tied together except for by the wire. So
now metal wise, are we using, we've already got metal too, right?
we've got some. I got to see if it's enough. If not, then with that we should be able to get, I mean, you can usually find some either used metal or something like that, because it's just going to be like 10 foot length, should catch that at that angle.
Yeah, and we can, if we need to paint it or whatever, like we did the chicken palace, we can always paint top of them red too, so that everything matches, or we can just go with whatever.
Maybe, because after I started figuring up the cost of that, it might have been just as cheap to buy new metal. So the paint, yeah, the paint may be something that if you already had a roof on, you need to paint, you might do. But I think if you're doing something that, I don't know if it might not be cheaper just to put it on. Or we may just go with some used metal and do like a rustic look, because lots of people sell used metal. But I got to compare the price of that to new, because some of that you may have to deal with holes and things like that where it's on something. And so it might actually be cheaper in the long run to buy new metal. But like I said, no more than that would be, it's not going to be that much, because my idea is for the roof to tie it all in as one roof. So it would be 10, 20, 30 feet. They're 3 foot wide, so 10 sheets would essentially catch it.
So basically like one shelter, but just walls in between.
Correct. Okay. Yeah, that might not have been the part that I explained very well, but like what we're going to do is we're just going to take the boards and tie all this, and then I think instead of doing horizontal on the boards, I'm going to do vertical to make them easier to butt up. And it's just going to go wrap around here. And it's all going to be one big wall. And then we'll build partitions in between, which they may be sideways or something like that, because it won't be as big of a deal for those to be completely enclosed as much. It's just to keep them separated, because we'll probably run wire through there still too, just to make sure that they're separated. But the biggest thing with having them separated like that is it'll keep them from trying to fight through the pins or wire or something like that. They've got a place to get away. They may still try through the fence, but oh, what in the world? I did not have a clue there was a rabbit here.
No.
There's a hole right here.
I wonder if there's babies in that.
I don't know. It should be a little early for babies, I think.
It should be.
But
That's crazy.
We've been walking all around this and that crazy rabbit.
We've been out here for over 30 minutes, guys, and
it's friendly.
Yeah, it's not.
Let's see what he's got here going.
Get it.
Oh.
Are there babies?
No, they were building a nest though, because that's not like a hole. It's just a. Oh, and the cats just took off after it.
Oh no. Well,
okay, well.
Sorry, rabbit.
He's going to have to move anyhow when we build this pen. But yeah, so the main thing is going to be just getting the big enclosure done. And then, like I said, we'll put divider boards. And plus, having dividers in between will also, if something happens to be sick or something like that, it'll help keep it from spreading as much to the other. Not had a problem with that yet, but you never know.
Yeah, anything can happen.
Yes. So that's the plans for this. Like I said, it'll be nice just to get everything framed up and started, because then we can kind of see it going together. Like I said, I'm really hoping that it'll work out to just run it along the ground. We may have to dig out a little bit. I don't really know, because it's not a even slope the whole way, but we're just going to see what we can do.
Yeah. It might work out though. You never know. Yeah,
like I said, if not, then the only other thing I know to do would be like pull a line and maybe rent like a ditch witch, put a little trench there.
Yeah.
If we could get right against, well, you should be able to, because there's not like boards there.
Yeah.
And so just put a trench along, and then you could slide the wire down and then make it line up how you wanted it to. And that may be the better way too. And then it would be underground some too, to keep anything from digging in. I don't know. We're just going to play it by ear and see how it goes. Like I said, the main thing would be getting some boards and getting them lined up and seeing how off it is, and if we can actually run the boards along the ground and make it work. Because like I said, it would look better if it was all level, but to level up this ground is not going to be very easy, and we've already got the post set. So that's what our plans are for this. So hopefully soon you'll be seeing us put this up and actually see it come together, because that's when projects really, that's the payoff for them, is when you actually get to see them start coming together and actually see the finished product. Okay, we were going out to take care of some stuff, and Abby heard a noise and said, we've got to go check it out. So that's where we're going right now to see what she heard. Not really sure what we're going to find over here, but hopefully it's something really good, but it's out in the goat pen. Okay, let's get us in here. We can do this without all the other animals getting out. Oh, back. Okay, had to take a short pause because we're getting mobbed by animals, but let's go see what is over here, and it's pretty exciting. Okay, and the big reveal. Looky here! Look at that baby! Okay, so check out this baby. So big and healthy. It is new. You can see its umbilical cord is still pretty red, but hey, it's cleaned up. So whoever the mama is doing a good job. I'm fixing that to go see if we can figure out who she is. So let's see. It's a little girl. Finally. Seems like all we have is boys.
So we can keep her?
I don't know.
Oh, she's so cute.
I don't know.
We have to keep her.
We might
She's so
not.
Cute. Look at her little nose.
I'm just so glad that today was a warmer day, because like I said, yesterday when we did chores and last night whenever we came and did our evening checks, no babies. This morning, baby. Over here in the hay, like I said, all nice and cleaned up. Look how spunky. Just let her go so we can see, because I mean, she's a little spunky thing. Yeah. Okay. Here, y'all stay over here with her, and I'm going to go see if I can...
She's definitely not camera shy.
No. I'm going to go see if I can figure out who the mama is, because whenever I was putting out feed, I was looking, and it didn't look like it was any of our main goats, because they're all still big and fat.
Baby, it's okay. It's okay. Stay over here in the hay. It's okay. It's okay. You're so tiny. It's okay. I know. Here, you wanna go play?
I think I found the mama. Okay. I put feed out, so they were all up there trying to eat feed, but we want to check things out. Okay, I think this is going to be the mom, because she had some stuff on her back end, and
They look exactly
her
like
bag
each
is
other.
big. So let's just see. Let's see. Hang on.
You wanna go eat?
No, you've got to, yeah, bring her over here, because we're going to make sure that it's nursing. I'll hold her to make sure that...
You wanna eat? No, baby. Look.
It might have, but I just want to make sure.
I know.
Come on, get up.
This is Mama.
Reach under here and see if make sure you have. Okay, stick it back here. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it probably already has, but okay, let it go. Let go and let's see what it does.
We can see if it has milk. Oh, there's like
She have milk?
a ton. Can't feel.
Huh?
Can't get up there as long as
Oh goodness, yeah, look at all that.
Wait, get the
She has tons of milk.
baby can. Whoa. Oh,
Here.
I got milk on my hand.
Okay, put it up there where it can smell it, because it should be all over that now.
Smell. Eat.
Maybe too distracting. Like I said, if she wasn't a new mom, I wouldn't be so worried about it, but I just want to see, because whenever we came out, she was nowhere around it, and then even after I fed, she for sure wasn't, but I just want to make sure, because her sister that we also have also has a pretty good sized bag, but I didn't see anything hanging out, so it's possible that it could be the other, or that she's about to have a baby. But I think judging by what I found on the back end of this one, it's going to be hers. It's just a matter of checking. Plus, they look a lot alike. So here, let's just...
Yeah, they're precious.
Yeah, here, get up under there.
Don't sit on your baby.
Get up under there. Get up under there. But I'm thinking that it might just not be, since it's getting up and around so good. It might have already ate.
It's just wandering all over the place.
It has light on it, and I don't think the other one has light on it.
Yeah, but Johnny does, if Johnny's the dad. Well, he'd have to be, because he was the only one that was in here at the time.
Oh.
So cute.
Come on. Let's see. Here, leave it alone. Let's see if she tries to. No, she's like.
Ma'am.
I mean, they're really cute. Like I said, if she was not a first-time mom, we could probably play with it a little more. But I just want to make sure. But I think we're probably going to move them out of here because sometimes Blizzard tries to be a little too playful. And I think that'd be the safest bet. But we may wait till Kimberly gets home to do that. Because Blizzard has not been messing with it at all while we've been out here or before. Because, like I said, it's been here for a while. Okay, so we'll show you a little bit more about this one later, but we finally have our first baby of the year. And it's a girl. Yay! So exciting.
So it's been a couple of days since the baby was born. We were super excited. First baby of the season, but definitely came with some challenges. So let me get over here to the goat pen and I'll kind of fill you in about that because we definitely had a problem. Okay, so as y'all know, Izzy's gonna feed him for me real quick. As y'all know, this girl is the mama to that baby. Well, she is a first-time mom, and she wanted nothing to do with that baby. Didn't care anything about it, wasn't concerned. So that's a major problem, especially when they won't let them nurse or anything like that, won't take care of them. So we were really concerned about that fact and not sure what we were going to do with that. So we wound up actually pulling the baby and working on bottle feeding. Kevin actually tried to milk her out to see if, you know, we could just feed the baby mom's milk. She wasn't really taking a lot of milk, but you know, we were like, okay, it'll be okay. We did make some changes out here to the pen. These guys, if you notice who all's missing, Blizzard is missing and so is Rascal. Rascal decided to, while Kevin was trying to milk out the mom, ram him so hard that he about threw him into the fence. So Rascal is separated right now. That way we can actually get in this pen since we have a bunch that are fixing to be kidding. So that milk was no good, even though he had quite a bit at that point. So thankfully I do keep some milk on hand and we were able to get some in a bottle and we were feeding her and seemed like she was perking up really well and everything for about 24 hours. Then it was just like a switch flipped. She went completely floppy and listless and she was gone. I don't know what's going on with that and I don't know if maybe she wasn't, you know, I don't know. I'm not even going to try to speculate on that because, you know, that's not something that's good, but it was devastating. Abby was already extremely attached to this baby, had been the one feeding her, taking care of her. She was following her around outside, everything, and then we lost her. So really devastating start to kidding season this year. I am not happy about that. I'm really hoping that things get better because it's really, really rough. But I mean, sometimes those things happen with babies, especially with like first-time moms and that kind of thing. But I don't know. It is what it is. We're just going to try to keep moving forward and try to stay positive and hope that everybody else does okay because we have quite a few that are actually about ready to give birth. So told you we moved Rascal to get him out of here. That way we can be in and out of this pen. And we moved Blizzard too. Mainly because he thinks that he is everybody's best buddy and he gets a little rough with some of the little ones without even trying to be. I mean, he's a huge dog and he doesn't realize how strong he is. So, I mean, he wasn't causing any problems. They were actually laying side by side in the pen, but we went ahead and pulled him out because that's what we moved all the moms last year, but we have so many this year that it's not going to be physically possible to do that. So we just pulled him out for now and we're just going to have them separate until all these babies are grown or a little bit bigger at least. That way we can make sure that they all have a good start and we don't have any issues. But we still have, I mean, that's just the tip of the iceberg. We have so many goats that will be kidding this year. It's insane. But look at like Miss Carmel. She doesn't quite have a bag yet, but she's getting there. Nutmeg looks like she's pregnant. We know Cicely is. And then Puppy, I don't know about. I'm not sure about that. Rose, that's the one I keep thinking is going to pop, but she doesn't. Like hasn't this whole time. And her bag is not, like, she doesn't have, well, she might have milk today. It's standing out pretty good. But then Sparkles over here, I'm not coming after you, Mini Zeeboos. Sparkles over here actually has, she's got some in her bag. I mean, she is ready. So like any day we're going to walk out and she's going to have babies. I hope these are live babies and, you know, all that, but because we had the issues last year, and I'm pretty sure Sheepy is. I mean, look at those sides. And then this other sister is also pregnant, and you can tell she's pretty big pregnant. She might have more than one, who knows. But she's also a first-time mom, so we're going to be monitoring everybody close. But we're really hoping to prevent any more tragedies because, like I said, not the best start, but hopefully things get better. So we did bury the little baby the other day after she passed, and everybody got to, you know, sit there and have a moment of silence. But at least, you know, she was loved for the short little time she was here, and we can, you know, take comfort in that, knowing that, you know, she had the best life possible, even if it was extremely short.